2026, I'm not chasing men, I'm just going where they are. There's a difference.
So I'm not finding any men in LA. MEN, like real men.
So how are we dating in 2025? Like, how does that even work anymore? Because I have been single for like years at this point.
Where are all the good men in 2025? Because I've been in the dating scene for a bit now, and all the guys I have talked to, they either want to hook up.
What many women aren't understanding is that a lot of men don't want to deal with them, which is why many stay single and to themselves. The mindset many modern women have today is toxic, and men don't want to deal with that.
I don't buy my man anything on Valentine's Day. Never have, never will, because you know why? I'm the prize.
Where are all the older men at, okay? I'm talking 40 plus.
Stop what you're doing. If you're single and you don't want to be, this is exactly how to manifest your dream husband in 2026.
Where are all the nice guys at? Because y'all aren't where I'm at. I'm so sick of dating assholes.
I just found out that my guy best friend has my contact name in his phone as Crosswalk. And I asked him, why is my name Crosswalk in your phone? And without hesitation or without thinking, this man goes, because everybody walks all over you and because you're for the streets. Word.
I mean, she didn't even deny it. And that tells you everything you need to know. When even your best friend knows you're for the streets and says it openly, that reputation didn't come from nowhere. That's not jealousy. That's pattern recognition. She's laughing now, but later that laugh won't be there. Right now, everything feels fun. Attention is easy. Validation is constant. There's always someone texting, calling, inviting. The streets reward short-term behavior with short-term excitement, so it creates the illusion that this phase lasts forever. But it doesn't. Many of these women who give their lives to the streets always circle back later, looking for something real. Not because they suddenly grew, but because the environment changed. The attention slows down. The options aren't as forgiving. The men who would have taken them seriously years ago are gone, married, focused, checked out, or simply uninterested.
What am I supposed to do on Valentine's Day when I'm incredibly single and all my friends are busy with sorority recruitment so they can't go out? Like, am I supposed to just chill alone? I don't know. Like, normally I find something to do, but I think this might be like the first year where I'm just like really alone on Valentine's Day. I don't know. I guess I'll have to figure it out. I have no bush. I got waxed off. And I'm going to be alone on Valentine's Day. What a shame.
Whatever happened to men going up to women? Whatever happened to it? We want that. Bring that back. Can we bring that back? Can we start a movement to just like approach the person that you think is cute? Because that's what's lacking nowadays. Okay, people are missing opportunities from left to right. You could have met your soulmate. Okay, that could have been your soulmate right there. But instead you're like, yeah, I'm good.
Men, I have a question for you. What do you bring to the table? Yeah.
Well, that's always a fun question. Although I'm not exactly sure why some women seem to view it as a gotcha moment.
You want to ask girls all the time, well, what do you bring to the table? What do you bring to the table? Because I'm sure as fuck we all bring a lot more to the table than you do.
If by we, they mean women in general bring more to the table than men, then generally women shouldn't have a problem answering that question then, should they?
The amount of men I've dealt with this last year, I fucking hate men.
I'm shocked to hear that. Really? They seem so open-minded.
I love arguing with men. I love it so much. It's my favorite pastime because they're all so stupid. The more men I have to deal with, I'm just like, oh my god, you're a fucking idiot. You're a princess.
This'll be fun.
Like, you want to be interviewed. You want us to ask the questions. You don't want to do any work. You want us to travel to see. You want us to pay for things. Anything fucking else, princess? Do you need one of my tampons out of my purse too? Like, oh my god, you're fucking annoying.
Who else noticed? It happens quite often, but I don't think they actually picked up on what they were doing. See, a lot of individuals, especially those that don't like men, when they try to make men look bad, they attribute characteristics that are stereotypically applied to women to men to make them look unintelligent and weak. So what does that really say about their opinion about women?
She claims that women bring a lot more to the table than men, but yet, for some reason, their hands are always out asking a man for something. And that's the contradiction. If women actually brought a lot more to the table than men, there probably wouldn't even be a relationship dynamic built around provision. Because if she truly felt she was the dominant contributor, financially, emotionally, structurally, then she would feel like she's taking care of him. And most women don't want that. They don't want to feel like the provider. They don't want to feel like they're carrying the weight. You can't say, I bring more, and in the same breath say, he needs to earn more, he needs to pay, he needs to provide. If the value was truly higher on her side, the financial requirement wouldn't be so strict. The expectations wouldn't be so one-sided.
I just have to know, where are the guys in 2026? I want to find a guy who actually will appreciate my front bump, my fupa, my belly, because this isn't going anywhere. I've always had it my whole life. Where are the guys that actually like that?
Torn between God is just going to send me my future husband and you need to sign up for some type of dating website because how are you going to find your husband not leaving the house? Torn. Very torn.
Do y'all know what type of men really get me going? Okay, you're probably never gonna guess, so I'll just let you know. And if this is you, please comment and say hi, because it is impossible to find you guys because you are hard workers and I'm looking for you. So if you are in the oil field, that is my kind of man, okay? I need a man in the oil field because I'm convinced you are the hardest motherfuckers out there, okay? So say hi, drop your age, where you're at, where you're from. This is me trying to get TikTok to show up on your algorithm because I don't know how else to find you because I'm not in the oil fields, but I want to be in your oil field. Okay.
It seems like it's not clicking for many of these women. They keep asking for certain types of men they struggle to find. And it's simply because these men do not want to be found. Her specifically, her type is very specific. A man that works in the oil field. It may seem harmless, but women do their homework when it comes to choosing men who work in those industries, and it's mainly about income. Because when a woman says, I like oil field guys, she's usually not talking about his personality, his character, or what kind of man he is emotionally. She's talking about the lifestyle attached to that job. I mean, we've heard this before when women were asking for blue-collar men. It's all about income. It sounds different on the surface. I want a hard-working man. I like a man with calloused hands. Give me a blue-collar guy. But when you really break it down, the common thread is usually financial stability. It's about the earning potential attached to those jobs.
This is just your daily reminder that every man is a loser until proven otherwise. Have a great Monday.
When you look at these videos and then you see a whole bunch of videos from women saying guys aren't coming up to women anymore. I don't know what's happening. I'm hot and all my friends are hot and guys aren't coming up to us anymore. What is going on? Are you guys just not ballsy enough? What is wrong with you? What's wrong with them? They're seeing video after video after video of you calling them a loser on second one, man-hating, being obnoxious and entitled, being a total nag. Why would they come up to you?
Another year, another single Valentine's Day. And you know what? I'm totally okay with it because that just means I get to treat myself.
2026, I'm not chasing men, I'm just going where they are. There's a difference. Last couple of years on Valentine's Day, I've sat in my room. I've hoped that an emotionally available man will just walk on into my house and kiss me on the forehead. But not doing that again this year. He's delusional. So off topic, I'm growing out my bangs and I don't really know what to do with them. Us single girlies, Valentine's Day, we are going to the bars. If I don't find my husband tomorrow night, at least I had a margarita, I flirted a little bit, I reminded myself that I'm not in my grandma era, and that's on character development.
Yes! So how are we dating in 2025? Like, how does that even work anymore? Because I have been single for like years at this point, and I was thinking, okay, you know what? I am ready. I'm ready to meet my forever person. I want this. Let's go. I have no idea where to do that. I have no idea who, like, how. I don't have a regular job where I'm leaving the house every day and going out into the world and meeting people. Like, I am inside a lot. And I've tried dating apps in the past. I really did. I really gave it a shot. And everybody that I met on there that said that, yeah, I'm totally looking for a relationship was totally not looking for a relationship. So if we're not doing dating apps and we're not going out into the world to meet people, then how do we meet people? What do we do? I need some womanly advice on like how to proceed because I don't know what I'm doing anymore.
This is a pattern with these women. They'll leave the dating scene for years, focus on themselves, chase careers, situationships, or healing, and then suddenly come back and complain about how hard dating is. What did you expect? The dating market doesn't freeze in time waiting for anyone. Men move on, options change, standards shift. She's wondering how you date today. The answer is, you don't. Because modern women have turned dating into a transactional game. Everything is measured. What he earns, what he provides, what he can do, what he brings. And unfortunately, good women suffer too. Even though they didn't do anything wrong, they inherit a broken system they didn't create, all because of angry modern women and their insane standards. The dating scene is no longer what it used to be.
So I'm not finding any men in LA, MEN, like real men. And it's a crisis. LA needs to send out a citywide Amber Alert. A breed is going extinct. Please conserve all remaining masculinity and keep testosterone levels as elevated as possible.
I think in 2026, I'm really going to start taking dating seriously. Like, I'm going to set my intentions, set boundaries, all that good stuff. Just because I feel like it's that time. You know, I've lived in Nashville for almost a year now. I turned 25 this year. My frontal lobe will be fully developed this year. I think it's time that I start taking it a little bit more seriously. Now, I'm still not going to re-download Hinge because I just have a feeling that I'm going to meet my future husband in a really romantic place like Barstool. No, I'm just kidding. I just can't do a fucking dating app. It feels so, like, wrong and performative. And, like, what are the chances of me actually meeting someone on there and, like, the chances of me actually meeting up with someone from there? Not happening. I like to meet people on dating apps and then never text them, never meet them, never go on a date with them, but then like randomly run into them at the bar like 6 months later and then connect with them then. That's how I like to do it, just because I don't trust people I meet online. I don't trust people I meet on a dating app. I don't know who you are. You could be fake. You could be a horrible person. I need to meet you in person in the wild. But yeah, I'm going to start taking it seriously. 2026.
This is why, as a man, you should never spend 1 second of your life being sad about losing a woman. It's because every second that moves forward, she loses value. Every second that moves forward, you gain value. Literally. Wanna know what else happens every second? A new fucking batch of women is coming up. Some of them might even be more cooperative and hotter and kinder. What are you doing being butthurt about this chick? There's a better on the horizon, my guy. There is always a better bitch. What makes you think that you are so lucky that you picked the best bitch out of 4 billion bitches? You just happened to pick the very best one, and man.
I agree, especially today, where so many women have rosters. Being sad over her is a waste of time. While you're sitting there replaying conversations, over-analyzing what you did wrong, and convincing yourself she was special, she's already distracted. She's already entertained. She's already replaced the emotional space you're stuck in. And that's the harsh truth. The fastest way to regain control isn't chasing closure. It's upgrading your life. Focus on your purpose, your discipline, your body, your finances, your peace. Because the moment you stop centering women who never centered you, everything changes. Crying over someone who had backups lined up doesn't make you loyal. It makes you late to your own life.
I've never been one to date, like middle school, high school, like the first years of college. Never dated anyone, never had a boyfriend, never a girlfriend, nothing. And I've talked to people, but I feel like it just never really went anywhere because I was never really that interested, especially just like in dating. Like I felt like it was kind of pointless, especially in high school. But now that I'm like of a good age where like I want to start dating, I'm like, I don't even know where to start. Like I don't know where to. I don't know how to meet people, and I don't want to do it online. And I know I can do it like on the street, but it just like never really fully feels right to just like go up to someone and be like, hey, want to go out with me? Or I never like see anyone that I'm actually interested in. But like I want to start dating. Like I'm so young, and I'm like, I feel like I missed out not doing it, and I don't want to do it online. But I'm like, I don't want to be old and like, oh, I never dated anyone. Like that's so boring.
And remember, ladies, broke men invented romance.
What?
Broke men invented romance. Okay, that's a little far-fetched, but I'll play along. Why did broke men invent romance?
Because they didn't have money, so get the money.
Why is it always about money? I really want to know. So, for those ladies out there that are so fixated on how much money a guy makes above all else, it seems, why? There are so many other qualities that a gentleman can offer in a relationship, but yet the biggest factor that a lot of women seem to focus on is how much money a guy makes. Why is that? Shouldn't it be more important what type of gentleman he is? If he's kind, considerate, or a giving person. And giving doesn't necessarily just mean financially. So why are so many women focused so heavily on money? I think this will be an interesting discussion, and I really can't wait to hear some of the answers.
When you see stuff like this, it's always a broke woman trying to shame men for being broke. She said, broke men invented romance because they didn't have money, and that statement alone exposes the mindset. Romance wasn't invented as a coping mechanism for poverty. Romance existed because connection, effort, creativity, and intention mattered more than transactions. Any woman who puts money at the forefront when looking for a man isn't looking for a partner. She's looking for access. That's not preference, that's leech behavior. Because if your primary requirement is his wallet, then what you're really saying is, what can I extract from you? And when you think about it, it's no wonder so many of these women get played and hurt. Men who lead with money attract women who are there for money, and those men rarely take those women seriously. It becomes a shallow exchange on both sides. Then, when it collapses, instead of reflecting, they blame all men. The irony is, they complain about men lacking depth while only valuing one shallow metric: how fat his pockets are.
I could have been a cute little trad wife, I could have stayed at home, but a cute little housewife, but you wanted to be a loser fucking chud, and now I ain't finna go be a whore. I ain't finna be a whore with a big bag. I'll be a big whore with a big bag. And you'll be a big fucking chud loser. What you thought I was finna just sit and pout? Sit and pout and not get my bag? Not get in my motherfucking bag? Not elevate? Not fucking rise above? You're wrong! You're fucking wrong! Now I'm finna go be a whore, like you said. But guess what? Me and my kids finna go to Disneyland. Ooh! We finna go on vacation. Ooh! They get whatever the fuck they want. Ooh! Christmas every motherfucking day of the week, baby! Cause you talking about? You a fat fucking child, I'm a fat fucking whore! That's enough!
You need help.
Men, just so there's no confusion, I'm going to show you exactly what a woman's first move is to show you that she's interested, okay? And that's it. And so when you see that, you approach.
I can tell you one thing for sure. Men are no longer falling for this. They are either working, chilling, or probably ignoring people.
Listen, you want to know why these beautiful men are as conceited as they are? It's because we're on a beautiful men shortage, okay? There's beautiful women everywhere. Yes, yeah, we do everything we can to, look good. You know how often you see a beautiful man? Once in a lifetime, maybe a few times. But I feel like if we were to see more of them, they wouldn't be as cocky as they are because we wouldn't treat them like they're some random rare gold. Because they're really not. They just look good on the outside. Who knows how ugly they are on the inside? And they're most likely ugly on the inside because they're so full of themselves because we made them like that. So for the men, we put a lot of effort into our looks, so y'all should too. Get into mewing. Beards mean everything, figure out what hairstyle matches you. You can fix a lot of things. Obviously, you cannot fix, height and all that, but, there's someone for everyone, And y'all could hate, but that just tells me how insecure y'all are, for real. Right? Not to mention the worst of the worst, the ugly man that swears he's so beautiful on the outside because a baddie gave him a chance.
Once in a while, we see a bunch of average women get on camera and try their best to bring men down. They call men ugly, unattractive beneath them, all while they themselves are wearing 10 pounds of makeup and using 20 different filters. That's the irony people are reacting to. There's a growing trend online where confidence turns into contempt. Instead of simply saying, "I have preferences," it becomes, "Most men are unattractive." That's not preference, that's dismissal. This woman says she only sees a beautiful man once in a lifetime, basically implying that male attractiveness is extremely rare. At the same time, she claims we see beautiful women everywhere. But what's being labeled as beautiful everywhere is often heavily curated. Makeup artistry, contouring, lighting, angles, editing, filters, cosmetic enhancements, and professional styling. That's not a natural baseline. That's production. If we're going to compare fairly, you can't compare a filtered, curated, cosmetically enhanced image of a woman to an unfiltered, natural man standing in normal lighting.
Can somebody help me? Where do I find a respectable man in 2026 that's not going to ask me for my fucking Snapchat? Like, don't text me or send something to me that's going to disappear in 2 seconds.
Where are all the nice guys at? Because y'all aren't where I'm at. I'm so sick of dating assholes, and I'm so sick of talking to guys and immediately getting a... I want nice, courteous, thoughtful men to come my way. Please.
You can't love a man if you don't respect him. And it's hard to respect this man because they're so weak. Corn addiction, vape, cigs, alcohol, cheating, 50-50, useless around the house, useless in bed. It's like, what are they even good for? Where are all the strong, real, manly men? As a woman, you're looking for strength in men. What else are you looking for? And if a lot of them are that weak, I mean, there's just no use in them. That being said, all of the men in my family, I'm Russian, all of the men in my family are, real men, real dudes, strong. They don't have weaknesses. Their only weakness is their wife. And they do everything. Pay all the bills, make women laugh, make us happy. That's their role and they love it. That's what it takes to be a man.
First of all, you can never make a woman happy, and we've seen plenty of real-life examples of that. It doesn't matter how much you provide, how consistent you are, how patient, how generous. If she has a wandering eye, nothing will ever be enough. You can't satisfy someone who is internally restless. That's not a man problem. That's a character problem. What she's really doing here is projecting her experiences. She's talking about certain men she chose, men she dealt with, men who fit a specific pattern, and then pretending that represents all men. It doesn't. But accountability disappears when it's easier to generalize than reflect. She's saying a woman can only respect a man who pays for everything and makes her happy. Think about how dangerous that logic is. Respect tied to money isn't respect. It's dependency. It means the moment the money slows down, the respect disappears. If a man has to fund respect, then he never had it to begin with. That's not love, that's a lease. And happiness isn't something one person can provide anyway. A man can contribute to a woman's happiness, but he cannot be responsible for it.
Listen, ladies, I need your help because 2026 is my year of love. I am finding the love of my life, el amor de mi vida. It's my year, okay? I deserve it. I'm a great person. I deserve love. I deserve someone who's going to love the way that I love. And I don't want men sliding into my DMs. I don't, because it's all talk. And most of you are anonymous. You don't even have a profile picture and you want me to reply to you. Y'all are wild. Anyways, ladies, whatever single man is in your life and you're like, dang, he's such a great guy. He needs a good woman. And you think I'd be that great match? Send them my way. Send us on a little blind date. Set us up on a little matchy match, okay? I'm so 100% serious. No jokes here. I'm ready to go on some dates in 2026. I'm ready to find the love of my life. I'm ready, okay? And I'm not desperate. Like, I don't feel desperate. I'm good alone, which is why I'm still single, because I really do enjoy my peace. But I want someone by my side. I want someone to cuddle and talk to and share life with and cook meals with and just like be with, like we all deserve that. And if you don't want that, that's fine, but I do. Okay? So ladies, send them my way. Send them my way, okay? I'm ready.
Who do you think is more romantic, men or women, and why?
Women, because we just think better.
Because we romanticize our whole lives. I feel like I'm a hopeless romantic sometimes because I come up with so many scenarios in my head about like what I want to do with my partner or like all the fun things and all the cute things, just everything in between.
Why are most romantic songs written by men about women?
That's actually a really good question. I think maybe because they feel like they fantasize a lot.
Because men are horny and sexual. They sexualize everything.
What's the most romantic thing a man can do for a woman?
Think about her in every possible way.
Effort, yeah, just communication, I guess.
What's the most romantic thing a woman can do for a man?
The same thing. Just to break all energy.
It's funny how some women say they're more romantic than men, but then do nothing romantic for the men they're with. They expect romance from men, planning, paying, surprises, flowers, dates, but don't always give that same energy back. This particular woman says that she's more romantic than men because she has scenarios in her head. But men can do that too. Having fantasies, daydreams, or cute relationship scenarios in your imagination doesn't automatically make you more romantic. That just means you have an imagination. This other woman says because women think better, that's why women are more romantic. But that doesn't even logically connect. Thinking better, whatever that means, doesn't automatically translate into being more romantic. Romance isn't an IQ competition. If thinking better automatically made women more romantic, then they would know what they would like to eat when a man asked them.
I don't buy my man anything on Valentine's Day. Never have, never will, because you know why? I'm the prize. Me buying stuff for my man on Valentine's Day doesn't line up with what I see as masculine. I believe in gender roles. I believe a marriage should have gender roles because it keeps both sides happy. And me buying stuff on Valentine's Day is not something that I'm interested in. And when I say I'm the prize, I don't mean it in an arrogant way, but you don't understand. If you're a woman, I don't think you understand how much value we bring to a man's life. Girl, the woman that the man comes home to will make or break his whole life in every aspect of his life. We provide peace. We provide loyalty. We provide stability. We provide so much value to that man's life. And I'm not going to go out of my way and buy something on Valentine's Day. I just feel like it's just not something that I have to do. And I'm not saying men don't deserve love. They absolutely do. But my job is not to compete with him on feminine gestures as like on Valentine's Day. I'm not doing that. He needs to plan the date. He needs to spoil you. He needs to do all that. Why are you going out of your way to buy him chocolates and flowers on Valentine's Day? And if you're a man, you're cool with accepting that. It doesn't sit right with me. First of all, Valentine's to me is very performative. That's number one. Number two, flowers and candy won't change a man's life. You know what will change his life? The environment he comes home to. The environment that you as a woman set for him. And in my opinion, here's where the gender roles come in, because if he's doing stuff to make you happy, you're doing stuff to make him happy, you guys are a team. So I feel like I shouldn't be having to do his job. Does that make sense? I have 3 sons and I'm teaching them the same. I'm teaching them that their wife is the most important person in their life. If the wife is not happy, you're not going to be happy. I'm teaching that to my sons. I don't even have to teach that because they see that. They see that in our relationship. Thank God, I pray for our relationship all the time. They see that. So I don't have to teach it, but I'm still going to install that into them. I want my sons to have very traditional views on marriage and stuff because it's what works. It's what works. Listen, and if you're the type of woman that buys your man flowers, girl, good for you. No shade, no tea. Good for you. I'm just speaking for myself. And sometimes I feel like a lot of women sometimes need to hear this message that you shouldn't be doing all the roles that your man is supposed to do. You know? So yeah, is this controversial that I don't buy my man something? And listen, like I said, no shade nor tea. You want to buy your man, girl, go ahead. If that works for you in your marriage, in your relationship, from the bottom of my heart, I wish you nothing but the best. I'm just saying, for me in my marriage, I don't want to go out of my way and buy him stuff. He needs to buy me stuff. He needs to spoil me every day of the year, not just Valentine's Day. And if your man does not see you as value if he does not see you as the most valuable thing in his life, That's very sad. That's very sad. And something needs to change. You need to, like, it's very sad. It shouldn't be that way. You should be the most valuable thing in that man's life. Obviously, he should be too, of course. I'm not saying, like, we shouldn't respect our men and love them. No, of course. Like, don't even get it twisted, which I'm sure some of you will. You're already typing that comment right now, huh? Anyways, let me know. Is this controversial? Is this, like...
I'm not surprised by this at all. This woman says, I will never buy my man a Valentine's Day gift because I'm the prize. And she tries to justify it by saying women being in a man's life automatically makes his life better. But when you really think about it, what's the actual value being exchanged there? If the relationship dynamic is, my presence alone is the reward, then everything else becomes expectation. He plans the date, he pays, he buys the gift, he performs the romance, and she attends. That's not partnership, that's hierarchy, and calling getting your husband a Valentine's Day gift a feminine gesture doesn't even make sense. Since when did showing appreciation become gendered? Since when did generosity become masculinity exclusive? Valentine's Day is supposed to celebrate couples, not just one side. If she truly believes she's the prize and he doesn't deserve anything on a day meant for mutual affection, that says something deeper. It suggests she sees herself as above him, not beside him. And once someone positions themselves as superior in a marriage, respect starts eroding quietly.
My biggest New Year's resolution by far is to be a bigger hater towards men. I said it.
Okay, first of all, we never said that there weren't good men. If you watched our whole video towards the end, we are agreeing that there are good men. They're just very, very, very few, like 0.1%. And there's actually a girl on TikTok. I'm going to find her video because she broke it down for you if you're a math guy and did the percentages. Because if you are a good guy, but you still support other men that say hateful stuff and don't respect women, then I'm sorry, you're not a good guy. So there are all these little intricacies, and I don't know who you are, Ramsey, but if you claim you're a good guy, then okay, we're just going based off our experience, our collective experience, our friends, other women that we know, all the stories that we've heard, things that we've seen, and we can tell you that the overwhelming majority is that men are horrible.
And I feel like instead of like a lot of men they're almost always trying to defend themselves instead of like being aware and saying, yeah, you know what, we are kind of pieces of shit, you know what, like there are horrible men out there, you know what, a lot of the violence is caused by men. They don't want to take any form of accountability. And I'm not saying it's you specifically as a man, I'm talking about men as a whole. To sit there and sort of like defend yourself like this, it's like, cool, we're not talking about you specifically, Ramsey. I know you no shade to you. And again, if you watched our video, we literally said we are aware that there are good men out there. We're talking about the vast majority, which is a very high percentage.
So now the overwhelming majority of men are horrible, huh? And as she admitted, she's getting this data from her friends, the kinds of men her friends have dated. That alone tells you everything. You're not analyzing men as a whole. You're recycling the same small pool of bad experiences from the same social circle over and over and calling it reality. The common denominator never gets examined. With these women, there's nothing ever wrong with them. No self-reflection, no pattern recognition, no accountability. If something goes wrong, the fault must always lie with the man. Always. Yes, there are good men and bad men. That's reality. But for someone to say the majority of men are horrible, one of two things has to be true. Either she's not actually looking, or she keeps choosing the same type of man based on what she thinks she deserves. And that's the uncomfortable truth. If you keep picking men based on status, excitement, money, or image, you're going to keep getting men who come with instability, ego, and a lack of commitment.